Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights.
Hi everyone, it's me Trisha. Thanks for joining me on my channel, Creative Unique Treasures. And this is an upcycling channel and an artsy, any kind of thing that you can take something that you didn't like before and you want to turn it into something that you created and that you enjoy and you like to wear. So this is what this video is going to be all about. And I have this is the next project, and it's a men's flannel shirt and it's a size 1X. And so I have it on and I've already bleached it. And so it's got like the different colors of bleaching that came out, which made it look kind of edgy and cute. And the things I don't like about the shirt is I don't like the collar. I don't mind the 2 pockets. I think I'll keep the pockets. I don't like how it fits me around here. So I'm going to do a high-low. And that's what that is I'm going to cut the front. I'll have to unbutton it a little bit. Cut the front and make it go into like a V. And I'll be showing you that on this video. So it'll be like a V, like up to the belly button, down like this, going down in the front, and then it'll be just long in the back. Maybe I'll put a little hem on it to make it straight. And I'll do a ruffle, a flannel ruffle with a bunch of different flannels I have. And I want to do a flared sleeve, like I said. And that's how far that I know I'm going to do to it right now. And it could change as it goes. I'd like to put a word on the back of the back. You know, a word on the back of the shirt. And so yeah, I hope you stick around and join me. And hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I took my shirt and I folded it. And I put the buttons and the buttonholes together. And I folded it together like this. Because I'm going to do a high-low. So I made sure and I put some clips on here to hold this together. And I'm going to gum down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 buttons. And I'm going to cut right above this button. And I'm going to go from here to the side seams. Now this is together. This is the one side and this is one side. And I put them together. So I hope that you're catching on to my explaining. I'm sorry if it's confusing. But I just folded my shirt, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut a diagonal line right above this button right here. And I'm going to go like right to that side seam, right before the side seam. So right about here. So here we go. And the reason I got them together is because I want both of them to turn out exactly the same. And right to that point. So there we go. So that's off. So we have 2 pieces. Take our clips off. Now we'll open it up and we'll see what it looks like here. So now we have it high in the front and low in the back. So we'll go ahead and put that button in there. Get these out of the way. Okay, so that's how that's looking in the front. So it goes just like that. Bring it up a little bit. There we go. So it's already cute. I already like it already. Okay, now this is what the shirt's looking like. Now that we cut it, it's high in the front and low in the back. So now I'm going to do the sleeves. And how I'm going to do that, I'm going to go 8 inches up. So let's go ahead and match the sleeves up. Maybe I'll do one at a time. I think that'll be easier. I'll lay it down nice and flat. And I'm going to measure up 8 inches, which puts it right about at that white line, pretty close to that white line. Actually, right on that white line. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off the one sleeve. One sleeve there. And then I'll just lay this other one right on top of it, matching up the seams. And see where this one lays. And it lays right where that white line is too, so that's very easy. So I'll go ahead and cut that. Alright, so 2 sleeves done. Alright, so there's how the sleeves are looking. I'm already liking it. Okay, we got the shirt here, high, low. This is the back, this is the front. And I got my sleeves cut out, my flared parts of the sleeve. And this is one pattern. And they're 8 inches tall by 34 inches, approximately 34 inches. And the way I got that was I measured the circumference of the sleeve all the way around. That was 16, and so I doubled that, and that was 32, and I added a couple inches, and that's how I got 34 inches long. And I wanted it to be 8 inches tall, so that's how that came about. So there's that one, and here's the other one. And they're just a little bit different. There's not going to be a lot of contrast, but they'll just be just enough. And so I'm going to take this over to my machine, and I'm going to do both sleeves. And this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to take it to my machine and go to the under seam of the sleeve, which is right here, which is right there. Let me see if I can turn a light on and see if that will be a little bit better. Hopefully that's a little bit better. So there's the under seam. You can see it maybe on the inside, right here. Now take it to my machine and I'll slide it in. And then here's my ruffle. And I'm going to sew it on top of the sleeve so that have a rough edge right here, and it'll fray, and that's what I like. I like that soft look. I'm going to go up about an inch, and I'll take my tailor's chalk and I'll mark it all the way around with my tailor's chalk at 1 inch, all the way around the whole sleeve. I'll go over here and I'll mark it right here. And that will be my guide as I'm going. So I'm going to overlap at 1 inch, about 1 inch, and then start. Actually, I'll be right here. I got to straighten that out, don't I? Okay, so let's do it right here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to overlap at 1 inch and just start pinch pleating it. And I'm going to pinch pleat it in the same direction and just go all the way around like this. Put it under my machine, go back and forth and get a good knot. Keep going like that, all the way around, and it'll start pinch pleating, and it'll become a nice flared, gathered ruffled sleeve at the end. And I'll come back and show you how that turned out. Okay, I wanted to show you the sleeve. I have it sewed on, just like that. And I will zigzag, it to connect it, the raw seams, to the shirt. But I went all the way around, and now this is what I have left over, this much. And it's still not connected. What I'll do is I'll take it to my machine, I'll put these two, this is where I started, and this is where I ended, and I'll put these two together like this, and then I will cut this excess off right here, this part right here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that on camera. Go down a little bit, show you. So I'm going to cut this. This is the beginning of my ruffle. This is the end of it. So this is the extra. I'm just going to cut that a little bit over just to be safe. So I'm going to get this out of my way, this part right here. Now, I'm going to take this to my machine, and I'm just going to do a straight stitch connecting these two together. And now I'm going to fold this over like this, and then connect it to this piece like that, and connect it. Then when I connect it from here to here, I'll sew. I'll have just a little tiny bit of a hole, and I'll just taper this down and blend that in right here. I'll just blend it in like that, and then it'll be connected. And there's the sleeve. Nice flared sleeve. I'll come back and show you. Okay, I got the sleeve all sewn on, and I did a straight stitch, and then I did a zigzag to connect the two. And this is where it rests on my hand, which is it's kind of long. I'm going to go ahead and do the other sleeve, and then I'm going to do a hem, and I'll probably bring it up about maybe 2 inches to 1.5 inches to 2 inches, and have it rest on my hand about there. But there it is so far. Okay, I got the sleeves done, both of them. And I cut off my strings, but then there's always a lot of hitchhikers. So there's this one, and here's this one. They're both different, but not so different that they're just a big contrast. They kind of blend. But what I want to do is I put it on, and my sleeves come down to about here on my hand, and I want them to come to about here. So I'm going to take it and put a hem. It comes out to be 1.5 inches, and it comes to about there. So I'll go ahead and put a hem, and I'm just going to do a zigzag, maybe I'll do a straight stitch and then a zigzag. So then that will be on this side too, so it'll kind of look like that, which will be kind of cool. I like that look. So I'm going to take it up 1.5 inches to make it 6.5 inches altogether, because it was at 8, so minus 1.5. So I'm going to put a 1.5 inch hem in the flared sleeves. Okay, the next step on the shirt is measuring around the circumference of the whole bottom of the shirt. Let me back you up a little bit so you can see the whole thing. And how I do that, how I figure out how long my ruffle is going to be, because I'm going to be pinch pleating it, I need to measure. So here we go. We'll go ahead and measure. From that point to this point, it's 17. So we'll write down 17 inches. And from this point to this point, it's another 17. So that's 34 inches from here to there. And now the back, I'll bring it up a little bit like this. This is the back of it from this point to this point. So we'll measure that. And on this shirt, it's 25 inches. So we'll add 25 to the 34. And that's 59. So I'm going to make it an even 60 inches. And I need to double that because I want to pinch pleat it, so I need extra. So I'm going to double that, so it's 120 inches by 7 inches tall. So it's 120 long by 7 inches tall. And I have a few different flannel pants and scraps that I'll be sewing together. Here's one. So here's one. And I'll cut the legs off, and then I'll go 7 inches, which is about here. And I'll just cut strips. I'm not going to have one continuous flannel. I'll have to piece it together. So I'll go ahead and go do that. I'm going to go 7 inches tall by 120 inches long. I'll come back and show you. Okay, I have my shirt here, and we figured out 120 inches around the circumference of the shirt. I ended up adding 5 more inches just to be on the safe side. And so I have 125 inches of this right here, this pattern. I was going to mix and match, but I ended up having enough of this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and sew these together because each of them are about 30 inches long. Some of them are like 40 inches long. So I'm just going to sew these two together in my machine and connect them all, connect the whole thing to make 125 inches. They're 7 inches tall. And then after I get that done, I'm going to take my shirt to my machine and I will be adding the bottom ruffle. And I'll start in the front on the left hand side of the shirt, and it has no buttons. And I'll start, and I'm going to go 1 inch up and apply my ruffle on the outside of the shirt. And how I do that makes it easier for me at the machine to see. I take my tailor's chalk and I go 1 inch all the way around, and I mark it all the way around my shirt, and I'll do that off camera so you don't have to watch me. But that helps me to have a guideline as I'm at the machine. You know, your shirt is getting all bunched up, so you get lost. Sometimes you get lost with all the extra material at your machine. So I like to do a guideline, and that will help me take my ruffle, and I'll go 1 inch over the starting point, like that. And I'll start doing a straight stitch, and then I'll pinch pleat, sew that down, follow my guideline, pinch pleat. I'll go in the same direction. Some people go in different directions. Every other one is different. And just go like this all the way around. Pinch pleat, sew it down so it's starting to gather. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this all the way around my shirt at 1 inch. And I'll take my ruffle, I'll put it all together so it's one long ruffle, and then I'll start doing that, pinch pleating, go all the way around, 1 inch overhang, and I'll get that done and come back and show you. Okay, I got the ruffle all on the bottom of the shirt. Super cute. And I did it on so it would have a frayed edge, but I am going to go around and do a zigzag and connect it like I do normally. But yeah, super cute on this, and I'll be able to model this one. Here it is around the back. And I have some extra here, so I'm going to cut this off. So I have this extra here. So I'm going to cut it off. And I'll cut it off give it about maybe 1.5 inches. And then I'll sew it over. Well, let me cut it off right now. So I'll go ahead and cut about 1.5 inches off. Leave 1.5 inches, I mean, on there. So now I have this, there's the end of the shirt. So now I'll take this to my machine and I'll just put a hem right here. And then I'll sew it again, and I'll just, so it makes it nice and neat. So then that's how that will look. And I'll do that to both sides. And then I will put a hem, I will do a zigzag on the edge. I think. Maybe I want that to fray. I don't know. I'll look at that and decide. But yeah, it's turning out super duper cute. I really like it. I put it on and I thought, wow, this is really cool. I do want to do a word on the back. So we'll be coming back and doing that. I think I want to put love on there. Like going diagonally. You know, out of material. So I'll come back and show you that. But let me go ahead and get this saw cleaned up. And put my hem right here. On this side too. And I'll be back. Okay, here I got the hem on this end. So it goes like this, and then I put a hem, and then I folded it over and folded it over. I might do a zigzag down that, and to keep it down. I think I will. So both sides are, I got the hem on the both sides. So it comes together like that, and I think I will do a zigzag so that this doesn't this doesn't flip up. So I think I'll go back to my machine and do a zigzag and attach this to that, to the ruffle. But yeah, it's turning out really super cute. It's so comfy. Oh my gosh, it's so comfortable. I love it. So here's that. So it's got a nice finished edge. Let's see if I can lift it up. I will model it for you at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and attach these two together so it's not flipping up right here. I'm going to do a zigzag and connect it. Okay, we got the shirt all done, and I want to add a word on the back of my shirt. And so I've decided, I've made one that said peace, and this one's going to say love. And so I like to do the big, like, bubble letters. I think that's what they're called. And I just like to draw it on the piece of material. And, you know, with a marker, just kind of go freehand. Something like that.
Carry emotions, the weight of the ocean. You keep climbing mountains, too blind to see. It's not getting you closer to where you wanna be in your life. The weight on your shoulders, time to put it down. You fall and you break, you got battles to take on, but you figure it out, yeah. And you fall and you break, you got changes to make now. See the light at the end of the tunnel, it's right there, now just look up and follow. Take one step at a time, babe, I'm with you all the way. So baby, get up, 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 up. No, don't you stay down, 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 down. Now lift yourself up, 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 up. Baby, baby, get up, baby, get up. The brighter you're shining, the darker skies get. So used to be hiding behind your fears, but from my perspective, you got just what it takes. You're in control here, don't you forget. You fall and you break, you got battles to take on, but you figure it out, yeah. When you fall and you break, you got changes to make now. See the light at the end of the tunnel, it's right there, now just look up and follow. Take Take one step at a time, bear with you all the way. And baby, get up. No, don't just stay down. And lift yourself up. Baby, baby, get. So baby, get up. So baby, get up. Don't just stay down, down. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah. Baby, get up. See the light at the end of the tunnel. It's right there, and I just look out and follow. Take one step at a time, bear with you all the way. So baby, get up. No, don't you stay down. Go and lift yourself up. Baby, baby, get up.
Okay, I got my letters cut out. Love. And I used a permanent black marker. You can use a stencil if you wanted to be more precise and, you know, get your letters. But I like to have the, I like to just do it, you know how I like to do it. I like to do it kind of just my own style. Doesn't have to be perfect. So you can put it on here. I got it between, there's the two arms. Here's one and here's the other. Now I could do it like that. If they had longer hair, but I'm going to count on that they're I could do it straight. I kind of want it to be a little funky. And I'll trim this before I sew it. But I'm going to go ahead and pin that on. I like that where it's at. So I'm just going to pin it on. I'm going to get my cutting mat and slide it under there, which is in my cupboard, so that's why you're hearing some noise. Things are falling out. But that's okay. Let's put that back there. Let's put this cutting mat underneath it. Okay. And so I can go ahead and pin it all on, just so it doesn't shift when I'm at the sewing machine. Make sure it's nice and flat. Like that. I'll go around and I'll put pins all in there. Then I'm going to take it to my machine. And I'd like to use black thread, but I don't know what's in my machine right now. And I'd like to do a zigzag. So I might have to change that over. But I'm going to make sure I got it nice and pinned down so it's nice and flat. So I'll just go around with a zigzag with black thread. I think that will be a nice contrast. Black or white. I think I have gray in there right now, and I don't think gray would show up very much. But I'll check it out and see. And I'll come back and show you. And then we'll be done with the shirt. Okay, change of plans. subject to change, of course. And I got the letters all cut out. And I used jeans, denim, a green pair of jeans. And I just did the, bubble look, the bubble letters. You can do it with a stencil. I mean, there's numerous ways. And all I did was, draw it out with a permanent black marker. And then I turned it over to hide the permanent black marker. Or you could just cut around and cut right on the edge. I keep doing that, it's poking myself. So anyways, then I had this heart here. I was just going to put the word love on the back of the shirt, but I had this jean denim heart, 2 hearts that I sewed together. And so now I stuck the lettering onto the heart. And I think that looks nicer. The blue kind of matches some of the blue in the shirt. And the green, of course, and the darker blue and the lighter blue kind of looks kind of nice instead of just having the word on there. And I have the L a little bit off the heart, and I have the E a little bit off the heart. So I'm going to put that right in the middle. But first I'm going to take this right to my machine because it's easier to do it this way and attach all the letters. And I'm just going to do that with a straight stitch like I always do. And I might do a zigzag to connect it, just depending. But I'll come back and show you how that looks. Okay, I got the heart, I got the love put on the heart. And it's not attached to the shirt yet, but I went around with a straight stitch. And I have the L coming off of the heart. See how it's going off of the heart. And I have the E off of the heart a little bit. And I just took a straight stitch with some gray thread because that's what I had in my machine. I could have did brighter color thread. I have a few different colors, but I just stuck to the gray. There's a bunch of different things you could do. You could add little pieces of lace here and there if you wanted to, but I don't think I'm going to do that on this one. You could have did the lot, I have different colored jeans that you could have did the love in different colors, like I have a bright blue and a pink and a yellow. I could have did it different colors. I didn't do that. I pretty much just kept it with the colors of the shirt as close as I could. And now I'm going to pin this on to where I think it's going to look the best, and then I'll try it on. Here's the shoulder seams. I think that's what they're called, the shoulder arms. And this is the back of the shirt. Lay it nice and flat and kind of make it so it's pretty much in the center. And here's the center of the shirt right here. So make the heart kind of go in the center there. I think that looks pretty good to me. Make sure it's laying flat. Like I said, I'll pin it down and then I'll try it on and look in the mirror and make sure I like where it's laying. So I'm going to go with that on the camera. And I'm going to pin it all the way around, use my pins. Don't be sparingly on the pins because you don't want it to shift. Go ahead and put this under there. There we go. So I'm going to get this all pinned on, go to my machine and do a straight stitch like I always do. And then I'll look and see how it looks, and maybe I'll do a zigzag. and connecting them. And then we'll be done with the shirt, and I'll come back and show you. Hey everybody, it's me, Trisha, and we got done with the shirt, or I got done with the shirt. Thanks so much for joining me on Creative Unique Treasures. And here it is. It's all done. I got the high-low, high in the front, low in the back, and I got the love with the heart with the love on it in the back. And I got the flared sleeves, and I got the zigzag and the straight stitch. And we did a ruffle all the way around, 7 inches tall by, I think it was 125 long. And the sleeves were 7 inches tall by about 32 or 34 inches. To be honest, I think that's exactly what it was. But yeah, it turned out pretty cute. The shirt is bleached, and I didn't bleach the ruffle or the sleeves. But I want to thank you so much for joining me. And if you like this content, leave me a comment, like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And stay tuned for more upcycling. And I thank you so much, and I wish you all a great, wonderful evening or day, wherever you're at, what time it is, wherever you're at. And I'll see you on the next video. God bless you. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, it's me, Trisha, and we got the... Hey everybody, it's me, Trisha. I'm trying not to pay attention to the dude behind the camera. I want to thank you so much for joining me. I want to thank you for